Hello learners, how are you all? Today we will continue chapter number 4, colonialism and tribal community. Today our topic is tribal revolts. The tribal communities faced oppression during the British rule. Tribal communities, they were not happy by the British rule because their laws, like forest laws, they were not like their laws because of their restriction on their traditional practices like hunting, gathering, animal rearing, shifting cultivation. Britishers think that shifting cultivation is uncivilized, so they want to stop shifting cultivation. They were angry at their exploitation by traders and moneylenders. They were also angry by traders and moneylenders because these traders purchase forest product from them at very cheap rate, and they export them at very high rate. So they were not happy by the traders. Also moneylender also imposed tax on them. So by the late 19th and 20th century, tribal groups in different part of the country rebelled due to these problems. Few notable rebellion were the Kol rebellion, Santhal rebellion, Bastar rebellion in central India, Warli revolt in Maharashtra, and the Munda rebellion. At first we will learn about the Santhal rebellion. See in this map here, Santhal, Munda, Oraon, it is in Jharkhand. Here Santhal, Bengal, Khasi in Assam, Hajang Khasi, Meghalaya, Naga in Nagaland, Meitei in Manipur. Okay, so we read about all this rebellion. At first we will learn about the Santhal rebellion, one of the most important tribal revolt that broke before the Great Revolt of 1857 was the Santhal rebellion. Santhal rebellion was a native rebellion in the Santhal Pargana in the present day Jharkhand. The rebellion was against both the British colonial authority and the Jamidari system. This revolt was against the Jamidari system, because we all know that because of Jamidari system many taxes were imposed to them, which exploited tribal on their own land, and because of that they were exploited from their own land. However, it was largely reaction against the permanent settlement system, which reduced the tribal to tenant liable to pay rents to the Jamidars, and because they were not able to pay rents to the Jamidars, they were forced out from their own land. The increasing urbanization which affected the traditional tribal life was also a reason, and another more important reason was urbanization, increasing urbanization. And they were, as we all know that you think that urbanization is good, why they were not happy by the urbanization? But because of urbanization, forests were cutting down at increasing rate, so they were not happy by the urbanization also. The uprising of the Santhal began on June 30, 1855 in the tribal belt of what was then known as the Bengal Presidency, and this rebellion, this uprising, this revolt was started in June 30 to 1855 in the tribal belt of that was then known as the Bengal Presidency. The rebellion was led by the four Murmu brothers, so Sidhu, Kanu, Chand and Bhairav. Thousands of Santhal took part in the rebellion and fought their oppressor. And in that rebellion, thousands of Santhal also took part in this rebellion, and they fought with the Britishers. Not only Britishers, with Jamidars, tax collectors, moneylenders. Okay. Major development occurred from July 1855. In many villages, the Jamidar, tax collector and their agents were put to death. They killed them and they reclaimed their land. On November 10, 1855, martial law was proclaimed by the Britishers. Martial law means military law was imposed. Okay, and proclaimed means announcement of military law. According to this law, thousands of Santhals were killed while the leaders were captured. The revolt resulted Santhal Pargana Tenancy Act by the government to protect the tribals. The martial law was suspended. The law and order was given to the head of the village. And what was the result? The law and order was given to the head of the village. One of the most memorable rebellion was Munda rebellion. Okay, the Munda were a tribal community of the Chota Nagpur region of Bihar, present day Jharkhand. They were a peace-loving forest community who were provoked to rebel against the oppressive colonial law and Jamidari system. They were forced out their ancestral land. Munda rebellion was also against this Jamidari system. Because of Jamidari system, they were not able to pay taxes to the Britishers, and when they were not able to pay taxes, they were forced out from their own land. And the Birsa Munda, who was the leader of this Munda rebellion, born in 1875. Birsa's early childhood was spent in the forests of Bohonda in the Chota Nagpur region. Birsa was influenced by many tales, including including the Munda uprisings of the past. Birsa went to the local missionary school, and he went to the missionary school, and he got an opportunity to live with a prominent Vaishnava preachers. Okay, this here it is the introduction of Birsa Munda. It is also important. Okay, learn it about Birsa Munda. Birsa want to reform the tribal society because he belonged to that community, so he wants some reform in the tribal society. He urged fellow Mundas to give up vices, and he urged his friends to give up vices. Vices means bad behavior like drinking liquor and performing sacrifice of animals. He urged the Mundas to clean their village of superstitions and false rituals, and he requested them that we will clean our village from superstitions and false rituals. Birsa also wanted people to lead a settled life by starting cultivation. He also taught them that we will now lead a settled life by starting cultivation here. Reaction of the British, but British reaction. Britishers also not happy by his reforms. The political aim of Birsa movement was to drive out the colonial traders, moneylenders, landlords, and the government, who were considered as decoys by this Munda community. Okay, they were considered as decoys. Decoys means outsiders. In 1894, Birsa protested against the British for taking over the land of the Munda tribe. What happened in 1894? Because failure of the monsoon, and we know that our Indian cultivation totally depend on monsoon, and in 1894, because of the failure of the monsoon, it also affected the cultivation. Farmers were not able to cultivate their land because of monsoon failure, and they were not able to pay the taxes to the jamidars, and when they were not able to pay the taxes there, they were forced out from their ancestral land. Birsa united his people against the decoys and asked them not to obey or to subjugated by the British. Due to which, and at that time, when they were imposed taxes to them, in that time, Birsa Munda demanded tax relaxation from the government. But British government, what they did, they knew that now this Munda communities, they all were following him, and because of that rising and maybe rising of rebellion, and they were all arrested him in 1895, and when he was came out from the jail in 1895, that was the which began the movement of the liberation from the colonial rule. Liberation from colonial means freedom from the colonial rule. Birsa united his people against the decoys, and Birsa, he united his people against these outsiders and asked them not to obey them. Okay, not to follow Britishers and not to obey them. This protest led to violent confrontation, and because of this protest, this became a violent confrontation between the Mundas, and the confrontation means argumentative. Okay, violent argumentative between the Mundas and the officials. Many tribals included Birsa were arrested. He died in jail in 1900. The importance of his movement lies in the fact that it forced the British rulers to change the laws to suit the need of tribals, and because of his movement, now British government changed the laws to suit the needs of the tribals. The government enacted the Chota Nagpur Tenancy Act 1908, which granted the tribal their traditional right, and because of this act, they got their traditional right to their land. It also abolished bonded labor, also abolished. Okay, what is the meaning of bonded labor? Bonded labor means to work, a system in which a person provides labor in order to pay off the debt. Next is Northeast Uprising. Okay, Northeast Uprising. The protest against the British started in the Northeast, which when the government attempted to impose taxes and interfered with the customs and religious activity of the tribes here. First one is Assam. Okay, in Kamrup and Darang, land revenue was increased from 50% to 70%. Okay, revenue was increased, and how much increased? From 50% to 70%. This resulted in a series of war from 1893 to 1894. However, the tribal warrior fell in an unmatched battle, but this battle was unmatched because Britishers were superior as compared to these tribal communities. Okay, and they were access to advanced warfare. Meghalaya. In Jaintia Hills in the present Indian state of Meghalaya, house tax was imposed on the people of Khasi tribe. In Jaintia Hill, present day Meghalaya, house tax imposed to them. Okay, not only house tax, many other taxes also imposed to them, and they were of a and they clear it. Okay, community, the tribal community of Jaintia Hill, they clear it that they would not pay any taxes to the Britishers. This sparked off a revolt by the tribal people under the leadership of Yu Kiang Nongba, who fought with stiff resistance against armed British officials. He was captured and hanged. Okay, this is a stamp issued in the honor of Yu Kiang Nongba. In 1872, the British occupied the Garo Hills in the present-day Meghalaya. The local Garo tribe warrior were led by the young man called Pa Togan Sangma, and and when the British occupied the Garo Hills, the Garo tribe warriors were led by young man called Pa Togan Sangma. His troops met the British troops at Rogangri. However, the tribal troops were ruthlessly put down. But these troops also, ruthlessly means very cruelly, these troops also put down. Manipur. In Manipur, the Prince of Independent Kingdom of Manipur, Tikendrajit Singh, led the Manipuri army against the British army in the Anglo-Manipur War of 1891. The Manipur army fought bravely but were defeated. They were also defeated, as we all know that Britishers have superior weapons. Tikendrajit was arrested and hanged. A memorial was later built at the place where Tikendrajit was hanged. See this statue, Veer Tikendrajit Memorial in New Delhi. This way the British troops suppressed many tribal movements, and in this way they were conquered or defeat many tribal movements against them. Even then the spirit of the tribal communities, then also their spirit to claim their freedom and homeland did not die. After independence in 1947, our government also took many initiatives to improve the condition of the tribals. Okay, for that we will read in next chapters. Elsewhere at the same time, Karl Marx, see this picture of Karl Marx. Karl Marx, a German economics and socialist, published his book The Communist Manifesto in 1848. In this book, he offered his theory on the nature of society and politics. He emphasized the importance of collective ownership of property and an equal distribution of goods and wealth. He stressed on equal distribution of goods and wealth. His main theory was on the creation of classless society, and his main theory was casteless or classless society.